Hello everybody and welcome to today's lesson. My name is Mr. Lim KH and today I'll be going through a P6 math paper CA1 from ACS 2020. Okay, we'll go into section A first and this will be the MCQ section. Let's start with question 1. Okay, question 1. Simplify 7b plus 8 plus b minus 4 minus 2b. Okay, so for this type of question, it will be best if you try to rearrange. Okay, 7b plus b minus 2b. And the numbers will be plus 8 and minus 4. Okay, so 7b plus b will give you 8b, 8b minus 2b will give you 6b, and 8 minus 4 will give you a 4. Okay, so the answer will be 6b plus 4. Okay, number 2. Okay, question 2. In the figure, PQ, ARS, and TU are straight lines as shown in the figure. Find angle S, which is over here. Okay, so using the vertically opposite rule, we know that this is also 117. So what you have to do is just have to use 180 minus these two, and you will get S. Okay, so what I prefer to do is I will do 117 plus 28. Okay, this will give me a 145, and then after that I will use 180 minus 145. Okay, and this will give me a 35 degree. Okay, the answer is again number 2. Question 3. In the class of 42 students, okay, 24 are boys. What is the ratio of the number of girls to the number of boys? So they want the ratio of the number of girls to the number of boys. We know that boys there are 24. Okay, to calculate the number of boys, you need to use 42 minus 24. Okay, and that will give me a 18. Okay, 18 is to 24, just change it to simplest form. Okay, divided by 2, 9 is to 12, divided by 3, and it will become 3 is to 4. Okay, the answer is number 2. Question 4. 6 times 7 plus 6 is equals to 2 times 7 plus something. So what is the missing number in the box? I'm going to simplify this one first. 6 times 7 will give me 42. 42 plus 6 will give me a 48. Okay, 2 times 7 will give me a 14. And so the equation will simplify into 48 is equals to 14 plus something. Okay, so to find the missing number in the box, we got to use 48 minus 14, which will give me 34. And the answer will be number 3. Okay, question 5. James bought 304 kg of peanuts. He packed the peanuts equally into some bags. Each bag weigh 1/16 kg. How many bags of peanuts did he have? Okay, so in this case, you have to use a 3/4 divided by 1/16. Okay, this will change into a 3/4 times 16/1. Remember to reduce it. Okay, divided by 4, divided by 4. Okay, and this will give you a 12. Answer is number 1. Okay, question 6. Ben, Jerry, and Kuma had some flour. The ratio of the amount of flour Ben had to the amount of flour Jerry had was 2:3. So I will immediately write B is to Jerry. Okay, 2:3. Jerry had 4/5 the amount of flour Kuma had, so which means that J is to K would be 4:5. Okay, Kuma had 420 grams of flour more than Ben. How much flour did Jerry have? In this case, so there is a common subject, which is Jerry. Okay, over here is 3 units and over here is 4 units, so I need to multiply by 4 to this ratio, and I need to multiply by 3 to this ratio. Okay, so in this case, B is to J will give me 8:12, and for J is to K will give me 12:15. Okay, which means that the combined ratio of B is to J is to K will be 8:12:15. Okay, now we know that Kuma had 420 grams of flour more than Ben, right? Okay, so if we look at Kuma and Ben, okay, 15 unit minus 8 unit will be equal to 7 unit. Okay, the 15 unit is from here and the 8 units from here. So 7 unit will be equal to 420 grams. Okay, the question is asking how much flour did Jerry have? Jerry will have 12 units. So I need to find what is 1 unit first. 1 unit will be equal to 60 grams, and 12 units will be equal to 60 times 12 is the same as 120 times 6. 12 and 720 grams. Okay, so for question 6, the answer is 3. Question 7. The original price of a pair of shoes was $50. At a sale, Adam was given a 20% discount. There was a 7% GST on the discounted price of the shoes. Okay, how much did Adam pay for the pair of shoes with GST? Okay, the original price of the shoe is $50. After a sale, Adam was given a 20% discount. So which means that the after discount price will be 80%, and we're gonna find what is 80% of 50. Okay, so divide by 50, divide by 50, divided by 2, divided by 2. It's gonna be $40. This is the after discount price. Okay, now there's a 7% GST on the discounted price, so I'm gonna find what is 7% of $40. I'm gonna cancel the 0 and the 0, and then I'm gonna multiply across, because this will give me 28/10. Okay, 28/10 is basically $2.80. So the last step will be to use $40 plus $2.80, which will give me $42.80, and the answer is number 2. Moving on to section B1, question 8. Find the value of 8p plus p plus 3/2 minus 3, okay, when p is equals to 7. Okay, I'm gonna replace the p with a 7, so first thing that will change will be this 8 times 7 plus 7 plus 3 over 2 minus 3. Okay, so I'm gonna work out the 8 times 7, which will give me a 56. 7 plus 3 will give me a 10. 10 divided by 2 will give me a 5 and minus 3. Okay, at this point, remember to work from left to right. 56 plus 5 will give me 61 minus 3. 61 minus 3 will give me 58. Okay, so the answer for question 8 is 58. Question 9. JKLM is a trapezium, so this whole thing, angle JML, so JML, this angle here is 102, angle MLJ, ML and J over here, this is 36. We need to find what is angle JLK, so JLK is this one over here. Okay, we can find this angle over here first. So angle MJL is equals to 180 minus 102 and minus 36. Okay, which will be 180 minus. Remember, I prefer to add these two together first, so it becomes 138. Okay, and 180 minus 138 will give me 42 degrees. Okay, and you should realize that angle MJL is equals to angle JLA by the alternate angle rule. Okay, this, and this. Okay, because these two are parallel lines. So which means that the answer is 42 degrees. Question 10. Find the value of 99 minus 63 divided by 9 plus 7 times 6. Okay, so according to the order of operation, we have to simplify the division and the multiplication first. 63 divided by 9 will give me a 7. Okay, 7 times 6 will give me a 42. So at this point, remember again to work from left to right. Okay, 99 minus 7 will give me 92 plus 42, and 92 plus 42 will give me 134. Okay, just to show you what will happen if you do it the wrong way. If you do from right to left, you will probably use a 7 plus 42 first, and you will get a 99 minus 49. Okay, which will give you a 50. Question 11. A piece of string 68 cm was bent to form 3 squares as shown below. Find the length of QR. Okay, so this question, I'm gonna name these 3 squares A, B, C. The first thing we got to realize is this length over here. Okay, QR consists of here A plus B, okay, plus C. The next thing we got to realize is this over here is also A, this over here is also B, and this over here is also C. Okay, so that's this A plus B plus C is also equal to QR, and over here A. Yellow is a bit difficult to see, but just to let you know, A, B, C. And then the last one will be I'm gonna use the highlighter green, small one. This, oh no, okay, there's another green color there, so I'm gonna use the pink. This plus this plus this. Okay, so total there is 4 different like QR. Okay, so to get the answer, you just need to use 68 divided by 4. Okay, which is 1 7. Okay, you can work it out here. 1 minus 4, 28. 7 minus 28. Okay, so 17 cm is the answer. Question 12. Find the value of 3/7 divided by 9/28. Give your answer as a mixed number in its simplest form. So we're gonna immediately change it into a multiply. 28/9. Okay, I'm gonna change it to the simplest form. Reducing is a good habit, so once you reduce it to 4/3, just change it to mix and it will be already in its simplest form. So the answer is 1 1/3. Move on to section B2, question 13. These are 2 marks question. Bubble tea shop sold 7 Z cups of bubble tea. It sold 7 Z minus 20 cups of bubble tea on Tuesday. It sold a total of 550 cups in 2 days. Find the value of Z. So in this case, you can draw a simple, call it a model. Okay, on Monday, it sold 7 Z cups. Okay, on Tuesday, it sold 8 Z minus 20. Altogether, it sold 550 cups. Okay, so if you don't realize that 8Z minus 7Z is equals to 550 plus 20, okay, you need to draw a model. And Z is equals to 5 oh sorry, it is plus. Okay, so this should be 15. Okay, is equals to 570. So the next thing that I need to do is to do 570 divided by 15. 3 minus 45, which would be 120. Okay, 120 would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so Z is equals to 38. Okay, so as mentioned, if you're not very sure what's happening, you can draw a simple model. Okay, treat Z as 1 unit. Okay, so for Monday, you probably need to draw a model where you got to cut it into 7 parts. Okay, and each one of it is treated as a Z. Okay, but as for Tuesday, because it's 8Z minus 20, so you have to draw like a 8 unit. Okay, but remember you have to subtract away a 20. Okay, so altogether this will be 550. Okay, so I do not know how big or small is 20, so there has got to be like a minus 20. Okay, so if you're clear, then this minus 20 you got to plus 20 over this side. Question 14. Angie bought 3 kg of chocolates. She kept 2/5 of it for herself and shared the rest equally with some children. Okay, each child received a 1/5 kg of chocolates. How many children were there? Okay, so if she kept 2/5 for herself, that means she shared 3/5. Okay, so I'm gonna find what is 3/5 of 3 kg, which is 3/5 times 3. That will be a 9/5. Okay, and I'm not going to change it into mix because in the next step each child receives 1/5 kg, right? So in the next step I need to use 9/5 divided by 1/5. Okay, this will become 9/5 times 5/1. Use it and you get a 9. Okay, so there's a total of 9 children. Question 15. James had blue and purple markers. The ratio of the number of blue markers to the number of purple markers is 2:3. So we're gonna immediately write down P. Okay, he gave away 56 purple markers. In the end, the ratio of the number of blue markers to the number of purple markers is 3:1. So this is a B to E. How many blue marbles did James have? Okay, so in this case, you have to realize that since he gave away 56 purple markers, nothing happened to the blue markers. Okay, so in this case, the blue markers of this 2 unit and the blue markers of this 3 unit should be made the same. Okay, so I'm gonna write this as first. Okay, B is to P is 2:3. And then in the end, okay, B is to P is 3:1. I'm gonna multiply by a 3 to this whole ratio and multiply by a 2 to this whole ratio. Okay, so now it's gonna become 6:9, and this is gonna become 6:2. Okay, comparing the purple dropped from 9 units to 2 units. Okay, which means that 9 units minus 2 units will be equal to the 56 that's given away. Okay, 7 unit is equals to 56, which means that 1 unit will be equal to 8. The question is asking for how many blue markers did James have. So blue markers will be 6 units. Okay, that will be 48. Okay, remember to take the 6 units and not the 3 or the 2. Question 16. There are 32 children in a group. 20 of them are boys. What percentage of the children are girls? Okay, so there are 32 children. Okay, if 20 are boys, means that there are 12 girls. Okay, what percentage of the children are girls? Which means that the girls will be on top and then the children will be below. And you have to multiply it by 100. Okay, so we're gonna slowly reduce divided by 2 divided by 2. Okay, and then I'm gonna continue to divide by 2 to get a 4, divide by 2 to get a 50. I can again divide by 2 to get a 25. Okay, so in the end I'll get 25 times 3, which is 75 divided by 2. Okay, 75 divided by 2 will give me 37.5%. Okay, you can definitely work it out. Okay, and you get the same answer, 37.5%. Question 17, the figure below, ABC is a triangle, DEB is 72, FCB is 70. Okay, BC is parallel to DF. Find EAF. EAF, this angle here. Okay, so this question, the first thing you got to realize is this is 72. Okay, vertically opposite. And this is 70. Okay, because of corresponding angles, so the two angles on the same side of parallel lines are always the same. Okay, if not, you can always find this angle here. This angle here is 180 minus 70, which is 110. So angle on a straight line, 180 minus 110 will give you back the 70. So 72 plus 70 will give me 142, and 180 minus 142 will give me 38 degree. Okay, this is the answer for angle EAF. Okay, moving on to section C. Question 18. The book costs $5.40 more than a pen. Mindy bought 2 books and 4 times as many pens. She spent $36.80 altogether. How much did each pen cost? Okay, I'm gonna let a book be equals to 1 unit plus $5.40. Okay, which means that a pen will cost 1 unit. Okay, because a book costs $5.40 more than a pen. Mindy bought 2 books, so which means that 2 books will be equal to 2 unit plus $10.80. Okay, and 4 times as many pens, which means that she bought 8 pens, right? Which is 8 unit. Okay, and altogether this will be $36.80. Okay, so in this case, the first thing that we need to do is we need to find what is 1 unit. 8 unit plus 2 unit is equals to $36.80 minus $10.80. Okay, so 10 unit will be equal to 26, which means that 1 unit will be equal to $2.60. Okay, how much did each pen cost? Okay, each pen costs 1 unit, and so it will be $2.60. Question 19. Chester had 20 more stickers than Brian. Brian used 4/7 of his stickers, and Chester used 3/5 of his stickers. In the end, Brian and Chester had the same number of stickers left. How many stickers did they have altogether at first? Okay, so in this question, the key thing you have to take note is this sentence over here. They have the same number of stickers left. Okay, so for the number of stickers left, okay, Brian used 4/7, so he's left with 3 out of 7. Chester used 3/5, that means he's left with 2/5. Okay, so if you know the shortcut is we got to make the numerator the same. So I'm gonna times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. This will give me 6 out of 14. And this will give me 6 out of 15. Okay, so basically the denominator will tell you what is their total units. Okay, Brian will have a total of 14 units. Chester will have a total of 16 units. Okay, and they have 6 units left each. Okay, that's why they had the same number of stickers left. So in this case, now we can use the 20 more stickers. Okay, because now you can see that Chester will have 1 unit more, so 1 unit will be equal to 20. And how many stickers did they have all together at first? That will be 29 units. Okay, 29 times 20 equals to 290 times 2. So 290 times 2 will give me 580. Question 20. The breadth of a rectangle is 3/5 of its length. Okay, the perimeter of the rectangle is 48 cm. What is the breadth of the rectangle and what is the area of the rectangle? So I'm going to draw a rectangle over here. And since the breadth of the rectangle is 3/5 of the length, that means we can let the breadth be 3 unit and let the length be 5 unit. Okay, since the perimeter of the rectangle is 48 cm, it means that 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, which gives me a total of 16 units will be equal to 48. So 1 unit will be equal to 3, and 3 unit will be equal to 9 cm. Okay, this will be the answer for part A. So to find the area of the rectangle, I need to find what is the length, which is 5 unit. 5 times 3 will be 15 cm. So area equals to 15 times 9, okay, which will give me 135 square cm. Question 21. At first, Tim had some $2 and $10 notes in the ratio of 5:2. He then exchanged 2 pieces of $10 notes with his mother for $2 notes of the same value. Okay, in the end, the ratio of $2 notes to $10 notes is 5:1. So how many $10 notes did he have at first? And how much money did he have at first? Okay, basically this question, we need to use the parts and units method. So I'm going to use that first. So the ratio of the number of $2 notes is to $10 notes at first will be 5:2. Okay, then he exchanged 2 pieces of $10 notes, okay, for $2 notes. So there will be an additional 10 pieces of $2 notes. Okay, in the end, the ratio of the $2 notes to $10 notes is 5:1. Okay, so this is the start. This is the change that happened. And this is the end. Okay, so if you're familiar with this by now, you should know that the one at the beginning we treat it as unit, the one at the end we treat it as parts. So we're gonna cross multiply it like this. And so I'm gonna just write down 1 times 5 unit plus 10. Okay, that will be equal to 5 times 2 unit minus 2. I'm gonna multiply. There's no change to the 5 unit plus 10. Okay, but I got to multiply by 5 to the 2 unit minus 2. So this will become 10 unit minus 10. Okay, so at this point, you should realize that 10 unit minus 5 units is equal to 10 plus 10. Okay, so 5 units is equals to 20, and 1 unit will be equal to 4. Okay, so once we've solved what is 1 unit, okay, I will do this, which I call it the checking. Okay, so for the $2 is to $10. So 5 units will be equal to exactly 20, and 2 units will be equal to exactly 8. Okay, if I plus 10 and if I minus 2, I'll be left with 30 is to 6. 30 is to 6. Change to simplest form, I'll get 5:1. Okay, so everything tallies with the ratio at the beginning. Now I can move on to solve. Part A is already solved. How many $10 notes did he have at first? The answer is over here, 8. Okay, and then for part B, how much money did he have at first? You know that there is 20 $2 notes, right? So we can use 20 times 2. Okay, and if there is 8 $10 notes, that means there will be $80, which will be equal to $40 plus 80, and that is $120. Okay, so there is another way of solving it, so I'm gonna try and make some space on the other side to solve it using, okay, this is units and parts. I can also solve this by using the constant total. the constant total method. So what we're gonna do is, at first, okay, I'm gonna do start. In order to use this method, you must realize that the amount of money at the beginning is actually equal to the amount of money in the end. Okay, so the total amount of money did not change at first or in the end. Okay, the ratio of the $2 notes is to the $10 notes is 5:2. So what you can do is you can multiply these two ratio. It's gonna give me a 10:20. Okay, simplest form will be 1:2. Okay, now we're gonna do the other one, which is the ratio at the end. Okay, $2 is to $10 will be 5:1. So same thing, I'm gonna multiply these two to get the ratio of 10:10, which is 1:1. Okay, since the total amount of money should be the same, so this is 3 unit and this is 2 unit. I'm gonna multiply by 2 to this to give me a 2:4, and I'm gonna multiply by 3 to this to give me a 3:3. Okay, in this case, we notice that there is a movement of 1 unit over here. Okay, so which means that the $20 okay, is equals to this 1 unit, and 6 units is equals to $120. Okay, $20 times 6. This is basically the answer for part B. Okay, and if they're asking for how many $10 notes did he have at first there will be 4 units, right? Is the amount of $10 notes, which is $80, and then after that you just use $80 divided by 10, okay, which will give me a 8. Okay, so these are 2 ways to solve this problem, and both method I also got the same answer. So this would be 8 and this would be $120. Question 22. In the figure below, ABCD is a rectangle and ECD is an isosceles triangle. Okay, ED is equals to EC. I'm gonna mark it out first. DEC is equals to 42, already given. BFC is equals to 113. So find ECB first. Okay, we can find this angle here first because you realize that ECD is an isosceles triangle, right? So to find angle ECD, okay, you can use 180 minus 42 and then divide it by 2. So 180 minus 42 will give you 138. Okay, 138 divided by 2 will give me 69 degree. Okay, so this is 69 here, and then to find ECB, I just need to use 90 minus 69. Okay, because this is a rectangle, and so BCD is 90 degree. So this will give me 21 degree. Answer for part A. Part B, we need to find angle EDB, which is this one over here. Relatively easy. We can find this angle. This is 113. okay, using vertically opposite. So we just need to use 180 minus 113 minus 42. So 113 plus 42 will give me a 155 degree, and 180 minus 155 will give me 25 degree. Okay, this is the answer for part B. Question 23. Mary had $200. She spent 1/5 of her money on some wet wipes and 3/8 of the remaining money on some hand wash and the rest on mask. How much money did she spend on mask? Okay, so $200, right? 1/5 of her money on some wet wipes, which means that the remaining is okay, 4/5. So I'm gonna find what is 4/5 of $200 first, divided by 5, divided by 5, that will give me 40. $160. Okay, and then since 3/8 of the remaining money on some hand wash, which means that mask will be equal to 5 out of 8. Okay, so I'm gonna use 5/8 multiplied by 160. Okay, divided by 8, divided by 8, 20, and that will give me 20 times 5, which is $100. Okay, so this is the answer for part A. Okay, for part B, Mary bought a total of 40 packs of surgical and N95 mask. The table below shows the cost of one pack of mask. Okay, so the surgical mask is $2 and the N95 is $7. How many packs of N95 mask did Mary buy? Okay, so in this part B is either you use guess and check or supposition. I'm gonna use guess and check. So I'm going to start off with 20 surgical and 20 N95. So okay, and then for the N95, it'll be 20 times 7, which is 140. Okay, total will be 140 plus 40, which is 180. Okay, which is definitely wrong because I need to have $100. So in this case, I'm going to increase the surgical mask 21 times 2 will be 42, and then I'm going to decrease the N95 to 19 times 7, okay, which will give me a 133. A line here, so total will be 133 plus 42, which is gonna give me 175. Okay, so I noticed that there is a drop of 5, which means that if I want to reach 100, 75 divided by 5 will give me 15. So I need to plus 15 here, and I need to minus 15 here. Plus 15 will give me 36 times 2, which is $72. And so this will be 4 times 7, which will give me $28. Okay, so 72 plus 28 will give me $100. Okay, so how many packs of N95 mask did Mary buy? That would be the answer will be 4. Okay, question 24. There were 40 more girls than boys in the school hall. 2/5 of the girls and 1/3 of the boys left the hall. In the end, there were 18 more girls than boys remaining in the hall. Find the total number of girls and boys in the hall at first. Okay, so this question, the first thing that I need to do is I need the lowest common multiple of 5 and 3. So lowest common multiple of 5 and 3 is equals to 15. Okay, or I can use any number that can be divided by 5 or 3. So now I'm gonna write this down. So the number of girls, okay, I'm gonna name this the start. Okay, the girls, I'm gonna let them be equal to 15 unit plus 40. And so the boys, I'm gonna let them be equal to 15 units. Okay, 2/5 of the girls and 1/3 of the boys left. So those who left, okay, I'm gonna do the boys first because 1/3 of the boys, this will be a bit easier. 1/3 will be 5. Okay, for the girls, it will be 2/5. 2/5 of 15 units will be, okay, in case y'all don't know about this method, so if you want to find 2/5 of the girls, you can find 2/5 of 15 units plus 2/5 of 40, and that will be equal to 2/5 of the total. Okay, 2/5 of 15 units will be, if you need to do your working, do your working. Okay, cancel 1, cancel 3, which is 6 units. Okay, so 6 units, and then 2/5 of 40, cancel 1, cancel 8, it is 16. Okay, so 16. Okay, so these are the number of boys and girls that left. Okay, those that remain for the girls will basically be equal to 15 minus 6 will be equal to 9 unit. Okay, 40 minus 16 will give you 24. Okay, boys that remain will be 10 units. Okay, in the end there are 18 more girls than boys. Okay, so in this case, okay, you need to realize that 10 unit minus 9 unit is equals to 24 minus 18. Okay, 1 unit is equals to 6. Okay, same thing at this point. If you are not very sure why is it like this, you have to draw a model. I'm gonna draw a simplified one, so you can draw a block. You can cut it into 9, and you can draw a block and you can cut it into 10 to represent the 10 units. Okay, for the girls, there'll be an additional 24, right? Okay, and then remember there are 18 more girls than boys, so here to here is 18. Okay, so this is where the 1 unit is. Okay, once you have the 1 unit, which is equal to 6, now we need to find the total number of girls and boys in the hall at first. So at first there is a total of 30 units plus 40. So I'm going to find what is 30 units first. 30 units will be 30 times 6, which is 180. And then after that, I'm going to use 180 plus 40, which will give me 220. Okay, this will be the answer for this question. Okay, so we have come to the end of the paper. Let me know if you have any question regarding this paper, and I'll see you all in the next paper.